Welcome to the presentation on importance of GD&T for manufacturing industries. GD&T stands for Geometric Dimensioning and Tolerancing, an emerging standard for correctness and completeness of product design drawings in alignment with quality objectives. We hope you will find this presentation useful for developing quality products at affordable cost. The agenda of today's presentation runs as follows. First, we look at the challenges for growth in manufacturing. Then we move on to looking at the processes across the organization. We then take a detailed look at best-in-class design process, followed by successful companies worldwide using it. Subsequently, we compare the same against conventional processes by our industries today. We then summarize the benefits of GD&T to help the companies deliver on products through innovation using the shortest path. Hope you enjoy this presentation. Three important metrics used to assure growth are quality, cost, and time. Delivering on superior quality products at an affordable cost in the shortest possible time ensures success for companies worldwide. How to achieve this with GD&T? If we look at quality, we need to carefully differentiate between quality of product and quality of process. Both are important. A qualitatively good process incorporating best-in-class techniques to deliver consistent product quality is a recipe for success. With cost of manufacturing threatening profitability, manufacturers are looking at ways and means to reduce cost to protect profit margins. While direct costs are manageable, indirect costs such as rejections, rework, warranty replacements, cost of poor quality are a threat to not only profit but also to the very existence of companies. Add to this the time pressures to deliver faster, we have challenges that are multifold. Every person in every organization is measured based on his or her performance on quality, cost, and time. Success or failure of a product are also connected to the CTQ, namely cost, time, and quality. Conventional product development process starts with product specification followed by detailed engineering design. While some companies validate the designs for function and form, rarely fit is given the importance that affects quality. Prototype development based on drawings is then taken up. Once the assembly of parts is attempted and fitment issues are reported, design department tightens the tolerances. This invariably results in rework, delay, and cost escalation. The process is cyclical and goes on until the optimal specifications are arrived at based on trial and error. This costs the company time and money. The question that comes to everyone's mind is, how should I tolerance a part to ensure first time right and consistent quality? In order to meet quality requirements, design department often tightens the tolerances, resulting in increased costs and reduced profitability. What you see here is a typical conversation taking place between the stakeholders in the company on the implications of tighter tolerance. The design department says, I need to tighten the tolerance to solve the issue. The finance department comes back and says overall product cost will increase, our profitability will be under threat. Service department says that the replacement parts would be costly. Sales analyzes and says that the sales will go down if we increase the costs. Purchase says we are unable to find a supplier who will meet our specifications, while quality says rejections will increase. Manufacturing states that our process capability cannot meet the tolerance requirements. Finally, management says, is the product feasible in terms of cost? Now, this is a problem of tolerance specification on drawings. What is the tolerance that is right? Professor Junichi Taguchi says that quality is the financial loss to society after an article is shipped. A quality problem solved at the design stage costs $1, say. The same problem at the tooled up stage may cost $10. the very same problem reported by the customer may cost $100 or more, not to speak of the loss of trust. Taguchi's loss function is a nice way to start understanding the importance of tolerance specifications. Conventional drawing methods using plus or minus tolerances, the topic of discussion here. The plus or minus tolerancing used by industries is slowly going away on account of the benefits provided by GD&T. Plus or minus tolerancing schema relies on person-to-person knowledge transfer, experience of individuals, and subjective reasoning of team members that may or may not be good for the company. GD&T is process-centric approach in arriving at optimal tolerances. The deficiencies of plus or minus tolerance schema is listed here. There's no assurance that assembly will happen consistently all the time, just because components have been produced to specification as given on the drawing. What process does GD&T employ? The design for quality, or the DFQ process, is shown here. If quality issues need to be addressed when they arise, after the product is shipped, why not drive design by bringing it into focus up front? DFQ objectives need to be identified as measurable parameters. That is how quality is monitored, right? The DFQ objectives can then be classified as assembly and performance objectives. Over 90% of the quality issues arise out of assembly. Performance objectives are considered for life goals for the product. Assembly objectives are used to arrive at design for assembly considerations. Once assembly sequence is derived, the datum selection and the datum reference frames definition follows. Initial tolerances are allocated and the tolerance analysis is performed for the stated DFQ objectives. Normally, once the tolerance analysis has been performed and DFQ objectives have been found to be satisfied, the tolerance drawings are released. However, in the DFQ process, that is not enough. We need to ask ourselves the question, have we explored all options to maximize the tolerances for least cost? This is where the profitability of an organization lies. By taking into consideration the cost of precision, cost of poor quality, design for manufacturability, process capability considerations, and the risk priority number of the design failure modes and effects analysis, tolerance optimization is performed to arrive at objective key characteristics or critical to quality characteristics, the CTQs. These CTQs, or KCs, key characteristics as they may be called, then find themselves on the GD&T drawing that gets enumerated for release. The process emphasizes that the process of interpreting a drawing, keeping in focus the quality objectives every step of the way is possible at this time only using GD&T approach. Plus or minus tolerancing drawings using this would simply not have the setup, the DRF or the datum reference frame, clear definition of the tolerance zones, and eventual compliance in inspection, leading to the whole process being ineffective. Simply put, GD&T forces design, manufacturing, and inspection teams to look at the product through the prism of quality. Now, let us look at some examples of design for quality objectives, or DFQs. Let's look at this case of an alternator assembly. DFQ process forces the design to arrive at CTQs in an objective manner. Some of them could be assembly interference, power consumption due to the variation due to the air gap clearance, vibrations due to misalignment, heat generation due to inconsistent assembly, and higher current consumption. DFQ process forces design to arrive at the CTQs in an objective manner. Same drawing has been used to produce the defective product using the same machines, same operators, and same processes that were used to produce good products. Where does the problem lie? Optimal allocation of tolerances and gaining insight into tolerance sensitivity helps overcome such problems and downstream issues. early preventive treatment is better than cure, right? Let's look at the case of the gearbox. Backlash controls, vibration levels at bearings need to be monitored and controlled, torque pulsations and arising harmonics, clearance issues leading to O-ring squeeze variations and leakage. These are some of the problems that arise out of assembly. Assembly is always an issue in gearboxes, transmissions, and any gearing system. Rework of some kind is inevitable, right? No. Proper understanding of the effect of part tolerances on assembly helps overcome these kinds of problems. This is rightfully the area where GD&T empowers design team to transfer to manufacturing and quality the parameters that need to be monitored for consistent quality. Take a look at this braking design. Variations in actuating forces, ineffective braking efficiencies, vibrations arising out of improper brake pad contact, uneven wear of pads are some of the DFQs. In these kinds of systems, safety systems need more focus when it comes to quality. We all know the effect of quality issues on recalls that eat into the profitability of organizations. The impact such recalls have on the image of the company can be disastrous. When customer trust is eroded, winning back is a very difficult task. DFQ process helps identify the cause leading to an effect early at the design stage itself. This is where GD&T provides a clear understanding of the shape and the size of the tolerance zones. Effect of the tolerance zones as the assembly progresses is known. Stacking up of the tolerances can be minimized with gainful effects if GD&T is deployed with firmness. Most of the objections on implementing GD&T arise out of ignorance and misunderstanding of the principles of GD&T. Take a case of this switchgear in question. The response time during tripping is absolutely a critical to quality parameter. Assembly analysis, assembly issues during integration of the parts would always be an issue. Variation in actuating forces, inconsistent performance, uneven wear of moving components. GD&T empowers designers to look at quality issues upfront, addressing the same and providing objective measurable characteristics. GD&T ensures that a process-driven approach is employed to solving quality issues by enabling a dashboard-driven approach to dimensional sensitivity. Benefits of GD&T for manufacturing. GD&T empowers designers to convey manufacturing and inspection the effective contribution of various tolerances specified on the drawing for a particular quality parameter. This is a very highly valuable insight that manufacturing and inspection needs. This is where intelligent manufacturing truly benefits society at large. Incorporation of the process capability from manufacturing that is rarely done in design, reusing the SPC data is a benefit of using GD&T in manufacturing. Maximizing the tolerances for least cost is a top priority. Dashboard of sensitivity of tolerances based on analysis helps us to bring back those tolerances on the processes that are critical to quality back towards the median when the component starts deviating in its statistical process control. Consistent quality can be achieved not only by monitoring manufacturing processes but also by ensuring that only the right operations that are sensitive for the quality objectives are monitored. So the profitability benefits are enumerated herein. Upfront prediction of the PPM, yield of a manufacturing line so that the management people can invest in machines and product lines based on the PPM and the yield. Justification for investing in new machines and process improvement based on return on investment characteristics. This is possible using GD&T since the tolerance zones, setup, and stacking up of the tolerances in assembly brings into focus the effect of assembly in the stacking up of the tolerances. GD&T unambiguously translates the considerations in design into measurable objectives depending on the roles and responsibilities of team members in an organization. The benefits of the DFQ driven by the GD&T process. First time right is a practical reality. DFQ driven process prevents the cyclical design build correct process. Manual process of correcting the tolerances and rework after tooling or production is a painful surgical process that we need to avoid. Process-driven approach to solving quality issues upfront is a reality. A fine balance can be established between cost of precision and cost of poor quality. It's a truly intelligent manufacturing for the highest yield that is incorporated by giving in GD&T a go-ahead in the process of delineating the tolerances on the drawings. The schema helps customers derive benefits inherent in the process. The manual process of correcting tolerances and rework after the tooling or production, again, as I stated earlier, is a painful surgical process we need to avoid. The benefits are evident in terms of cost, time, and quality. By incorporating GD&T, we can truly achieve quality, avoid the financial loss to society after an article is shipped. I hope you found this presentation informative and the DFQ process that is easy to establish in the organization through emerging design technologies available in today's software. If you have any further questions, we shall be glad to address the same at egsindia.com. Thank you very much for watching this presentation.